Right. You, lucky person, in some horrible recherche sense of the word, but you are now getting 2 of these within 24 hours. Primarily because I wish to keep on top of what we are trying to read. No, that's not primarily. Primarily because I wish to show you that I managed to have a shave today without slicing my head off. You may not be as interested in that as I am. I'm quite pleased, because that was a foul excrescence stuck on my visage. And it's well gone, but apparently it grows back. That's really not fair. I'll deal with that. I suppose I could get sort of all over electrolysis. And, no, I dread to think what that would make me look like. Right. Reading. The choices. Little deviation, because I'm not... No, I don't think I'm up to doing Gogger justice tonight. So, several choices for you. Firstly, your friend... God, that's not going to work with this bloody light on. That's it. Ms. Maddox. And that's something I've just got hold of recently. I don't know anything about Ernest Jones. Wasn't he a Wagner writer? Am I thinking of another Ernest? I probably am. I'll have to check that. Another slightly, God, very much more heavyweight biography. T.S. Eliot's wife, first wife, Vivian Eliot, obviously, which is completely untouched by me. Look, nice clean spine, no marmalade stains. But I think they're both going to be interesting, and although I can't find it, Maddox's Eliot in Love is also around here somewhere. Oh, I'll tell you who else is around here. This fellow, which I haven't given a name to. You can choose a name for him. I think it's a him. I don't know. Anyway, he's awaiting a name. You can be a female if you prefer. I've no idea. And there's the otter is over there as well. I do have a soft spot for otters. I did go to the lovely location where Gavin Maxwell lived when he wrote Ring of Bright Water, and hand-reared 2 or 3 marsh otters from Iran that he had been given. So, yes, I am quite interested in otters. And penguins. And puffins. No, I'm not interested in penguins. Start up, I don't know. Puffins and otters and gannets. And I have spent a frustrating day dealing with technological things that you probably know how to do with a delicate flick of the wrist. Transferring these to audio, to video was a bugger, because obviously it saves as AVI files, and AVI files are fucking huge. So I did one for Rachel, and it took from 6:30 this morning until 4:30 this afternoon to do about 30% of it. To upload about 30% of it, and then I just had a tizzy and said, fuck up, deleted it. No, I didn't delete it. I stopped it. And then wasted the rest of the day converting it through various dodgy software programs back into a Windows media file. You see how exciting my life is. So I'm now really quite relaxed about the idea of doing you a long film, because I know I can shrink it and have it up on YouTube within a reasonable space of time. That, however, may not reassure you, because it means I will just warble, and waste time, your time, unfortunately, to an even greater extent. And I know I had several other things to say, but I'm not going to say them. I can't remember what they were. Let's choose. I know you like Maddox, and Freud is, I suppose, always of interest, so I'm going to read a bit of it. The first introduction is all about his discovery, introduction to the archives, and sort of methodology of investigation. Her, Brenda. God, sorry. So, here is Chapter 3 of Freud's Wizard by Brenda Maddox. And it starts with a quotation from Maddox himself. I'm going mad. From Jones himself. Opinionated, tactless, and conceited. Ernest Jones's retrospective view of himself as a young doctor. Well, aren't they all? And generally useless is my... what I would add to those three adjectives. Right, sorry. I'll just read properly. In the autumn of 1898, at the age of 19, Jones moved to London to begin 3 years of clinical training at University College Hospital. Feeling from the start that he could get anything he wanted if he wanted it hard enough, he was determined, after taking his degree, to secure a permanent post at this distinguished London teaching hospital. He was He was financially dependent on his father for the first time since he had left grammar school. UCH, as it was called, was closely allied with University College London across the street. The college, UCL, was the original University of London. It had been founded by dissenters in 1826, under the influence of the utilitarian philosopher and social reformer Jeremy Bentham, who wanted wider access to university education. For admitting Roman Catholics, Jews, and other non-Anglicans, the college was dubbed the Godless Institute of Gower Street and was denied a royal charter. 8 years later, out of the college dispensary, University College Hospital was created. By the end of the 19th century, no other medical school in London could match UCH in its scientific outlook in all branches of medicine, owing to its close association with the great physiological laboratories at the college. Many of the hospital's teaching staff were Fellows of the Royal Society. Hospital and college fitted well into the intellectual neighbourhood, which included the British Museum, the British Library, and many other hospitals. That's obviously before the British Library was relocated from the British Museum. Relocated from the British Museum to its current St Pancras location, which I haven't been to. But it is a fascinating place to walk around. It's the periphery of Bloomsbury, and virtually every street has echoes of Britain's cultural and intellectual life. Sorry, back to Maddox. The environment suited Ernest Jones very well, for he was by then an affirmed atheist, or, as he preferred to think of himself, a philosophical materialist. London, at that time, had 11 medical schools, as distinct as separate universities. St Bartholomew's, Charing Cross, Guy's, King's, London, Middlesex, St George's, St Mary's, St Thomas's, University College, and Westminster. St Bartholomew's, or Bart's, the oldest, which opened in 1123, considered itself the best, although Jones would later sarcastically dismiss it as where all the upper-class dilettantes go. He did not feel that way in 1898, when his two blessed friends from Cardiff, John Jennings and Bertie Ward, were Bart's men. He happily accompanied them to lectures and demonstrations at the venerable institution next door to the Smithfield cattle market. Jones shared lodgings with Jennings in Lansdowne Place, overlooking the old Foundling Hospital in Bloomsbury. Tasting for the first time the delights of seeing his thoughts in print, he wrote an article for the Cardiff College magazine about their adventures while hunting for digs in London. They saw about 30 unsuitable places, including a dubious one run by a young and pretty landlady who, he reported, gracefully reclined in a lounge chair and a tea gown. Sounds ideal. Then they suddenly struck oil. Jones wrote that he would not attempt to describe their present living quarters, because some may misunderstand and think we are in paradise instead of the opposite, London. He was, in fact, in paradise. He could take his pick of interesting lectures at various hospitals and at the Royal College of Physicians. He heard that the great Joseph Lister, by then Lord Lister, the father of antiseptic surgery. No, sorry, he didn't hear. He heard the great Joseph Lister, etc. He indulged in the medical student sport, of smuggling friends in to watch operations. Interested in this. That's why I went wow. Half a century later, Sylvia Plath recounted in The Bell Jar how she was invited by her boyfriend, a Boston medical student, to watch dissections on cadavers and a delivery. Entirely against the rules, Jones brought his other Cardiff mate, Bertie Ward, camouflaged in the white coat of a dresser or surgeon's assistant, into the UCH outpatient surgical clinic to watch an operation on a pretty young actress. Yeah. Well, we're all voyeurs a bit, but no, that doesn't appeal. the fun did not stop there. Bloody hell. The following Sunday, the two rogues attired themselves in the silk hats and frock coats appropriate to a consultant, and paid a call on the actress on her home to dress the wound. It was the first realization of Jones's boyish fantasy of the doctor's easy access to women. Right. I'm not sure that's strictly in the Hippocratic Oath. Yikes. Young men, eh? Right. I am going to leave it there because I'm tired. But it's a wonderful book, and so are lots of others. And, as you know, I'm sure you know I have no simple way to conclude this. I'm going to bed. See you, Birdley. Bye-bye.